Hello, everybody. As usual, I gotta set my camera up. There we go. We're a little bit early tonight. We'll see who shows. And then we're gonna go ahead and try to set the Zoom while no one's here. So, headache induction. There we go. Perfect. Make sure everything is cranked down. Okay. The live chats. Okay, cool. All right. Welcome to tonight's live stream, our normal Thursday live stream. Tonight we're going to be painting these. These are Sisters of Sigmis. These are made by Monstrous Encounters. So these, I'm doing a Kingdom of Angels army that's all based on the nuns in the army, because theme year and all that. I figured I'd do something based on the nuns. So I have these. I've got the novice nuns. I have nuns. I have female paladins, and then I ended up having to take some penitents who are they're just peasants. So I this army has 104 models in it, and I had to stop myself. I was like, oh no, I've got nothing else made to paint for the stream. So I started on these. What was it, on Sunday, and then I got as after we're done with this, I'll show off the rest of it because not everything is ready for a oil wash that I always do on these things. Um, it was kind of crazy too that I did all their skin colors, and then I remembered, oh no, I have to stop. All right, so skin colors is done. Let me pull out one I've already done because there's 30 of these in the army. Good evening, Stephen. So we're gonna try to get them all to this level, and then this is where they're gonna get to, and then oil wash from here to blend in with the rest of the army. I got them all in. I got them all in Tupperware containers over here because I'm starting to run out of more. I'm starting to run out of room again. Hey, everybody. Okay, so we are going to start off with. What did I start off with again? Oh yeah, we're gonna start off with pallid bone. These are gonna be used for like their their under cloaks here. So it'll be like the skirt and the shirt. I figure there's all one tunic underneath the armor plated boobs on some of these. So let's go move the camera down here. Oh, that's the new one. I don't want to crack that one open yet. We'll start with this. Oh, another thing too is that these are very color coded. I mean, not color coded, racially coded. You see here, this one is definitely African coded, and then these are Asian something. So that's why we got some different skin colors in here. So we're gonna start off with my almost empty pallid bone. Dollar store cookie sheets. Oh, I got dollar store takeout containers. So that's working out pretty good so far. I just have to remember to go get more takeout containers when I'm running low. All right. So I got this here. And these are going to go quick. We got that, and then we got the skirt we can get little bits of there. Back of the shirt. And that's all she gets for that color. So how's everybody doing tonight? What are we going to talk about tonight? talk about the impending doom of the hobby. I swear, that's all I've seen on YouTube the last couple days was the death of game stores because of these tariffs. And what else was there? Let's see. Amazon was supposed to be, yeah. Listen, I'm all in the camp of this of everything will be fine. Everyone's just fear mongering right now. It's good for clicks. Some stuff's definitely going to take a hit. Oh, Steve, you're right. That was my first thought. It's like they'll just roll it into their normal yearly price increase, anyways. Yeah, I think it will be, the normal yearly updates. The normal yearly price increases, maybe an extra 5% on top of that. But at this point, I mean, it just is what it is. Yeah, well, that is true. Citadel paint, they are made in, it's all made in England, so that's a plus for them. But like my speed paints here, where does it say? Yeah, made in Denmark. So I think Army Painter is gonna get missed by the what is it now? 5,000% tariff on China. Hey, tabletop date night. Things are going good. Things are going good. I, I remember I posted this army, like just the naked resin at the beginning of the week. Like, oh, I got 104 models to get through. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, it could all change tomorrow. And I love the comment in there. Oh, he's gonna get done anyways. And yeah, here it is, Thursday night. And like I said, I had to hold back to finish these. This is the last 10 models for the army. Hey, Terrainaholic, how you doing tonight? How you doing tonight? So I get sodas in the shop. So we're done with the first color. Ah! So I fling my little palette across the table. Okay. I'm trying to, because I've already done a lot of these. I'm trying to remember the order I went in. It was this, and then I didn't. What was next? I think next was. Oh, just regular hardened leather at this point. Okay, hardened leather. What we're going to do here. This is. Normally, this unit, per the army book, has bows, but I figured slings would work. And if you missed it in the beginning, these are from Monstrous Encounters. I think that's who they're called. Get a license from a game company and print models. That'd be nice. But that's one thing too, is that 3D printing might get a nice step up here soon. Yeah, make my mark. That's the thing. I, oh, oh, she's still chugging over there. I'm almost intrigued. It's almost become like an experiment now. How far can this thing go? Yeah, I talked with the War Machine guys for a little bit, or Steamforge Games at Adepticon. They said they were doing that. Yeah, I thought it was interesting because they, towards the end of God, what was the company called? Or Privateer Press? Was that the yeah? Towards the end, Privateer Press was just 3D printing all their stuff anyways, or most of the stuff anyways. So I knew they had the files. And I just figured something they would do eventually. And yes, I've heard a lot of people say horror stories about Elegoo printers, but man, this one I got, oh my god. She just keeps going. But okay, back to the War Machine. Are they putting all of their army files up there? Because there are a few that I would definitely like to snag for other purposes. Yeah, Elegoo being bad. I've heard that like some people like say Elegoo is bad, but mine sounds just like yours. It just works. Just the cricks. Was that okay? I'm not very versed on the War Machine armies, but cricks, was that like the undead looking ones that had the green fire and stuff? Yeah, the operator error. I think that's what my Anycubic was. My first one. I I did get a lot out of that one, and I did run it into the dirt. But what eventually killed it was operator error. Maybe have the Elegant Mars Floor Max and Water Wash Resin. Hey, Winter Wolf, how you doing today? Um, I don't. What are you looking for help for on that printer? And yes, the cricks. I have used the cricks in a lot of. I had a lot of them, and I've used them in some conversions and some proxies. Well, you must appease the machine spirits. It's the best advice I can give you. Appease the machine spirits. On my normal day job, I have to appease machine spirits all the time. With a goat. Oh, I missed that last one. I love chatting with you guys. It's fun. Sometimes a sketchy machine just yeah. Oh, the trench. Yeah, the Trench Crusade game. That one. Woo, that went off the rails, didn't it? That was fun. The whole time I was thinking, like towards like the midpoint of the game, I was thinking, oh no, did I unbalance this? And then his dice just got so bad. I'm like, no, it's entirely him. That was a good video. Okay, these models here are from Monstrous Encounters. They are the sisters of Sig. I put in the title, Sisters of Sigma, Sigmis, Sigmis. That's it. Sisters of Sigma sounds like something my son would come up with. But yeah, they are entirely based on the Sisters of Sigmar Mordheim band. What do I think of the Eternal Dynasty reveals? I'll admit, I did not watch all of that. I was able to pop in just at the last second, and I was able to leave the question: is it heretical to paint an orc anything other than green? So I started watching it from the beginning, but of course, you know, the same thing happens whenever I'm trying to like chat with people on other continents. Is they always come up when I'm at work. So I got a free 10 minutes, and I didn't get to see what's getting released for the Eternal Dynasties. Let me just say that I'm not entirely sure what's coming out. Oh, okay, Steve. Hmm. Oh, big monkey. So, Steven, if you want to ask some questions about that, are you on the Discord, like my Discord? And if you are, you could just put some questions there, and we got quite a few people that will probably try to answer you. And then I'll look up the stats and stuff for water washable resin on Elegoo Mars 4. I'm assuming that's a mono screen, so I'm gonna look up water washable mono screen times to just get you the exposure times. And then that will get you set for the actual printing part. And after that, it's time to work on supports and things. But that's as you go. That's kind of like there's more art than science on that one. Okay, let's see here. Big monkey. Oh, I like big monkeys. Big monkey Oni. Awesome. I'm assuming it's a Titan, right? Four new heroes in a lore book. Good. Good. Cool. Yeah. Oh yes, the army book for the Eternal Dynasty. Yeah, I'm gonna pick that up. I'm gonna pick it up just for like the alternate color schemes for them because I'm a very model focused guy. So just finished the last of my old epic minis for Dark Angels. Going to be using them for Dark Brothers. Also have old Eldar to paint up. Saying Massacre. Awesome. Awesome. Build another small giant monkey. I will kill for the big monkey. Ooh. Oh, if you guys are on the Patreon, I saw they had a loyalty rewards preview, and it said Orc Great Walker. And I just think that means it's going to be another unit, another walker for the orcs. And I hope it has all the DACA. And that's something else too. I don't know if I told you guys about it, but there are plans next year at Adepticon, maybe other conventions. They're gonna have a Titan fight. So bring your favorite Titan and come smash them together. I really don't like the OPR orcs. Well, the pictures they showed on the previews coming up for those, they look a lot different than they did in the beginning. So we will see. I'm waiting for that thing to hit my mini factory inbox, and I will immediately print them. Immediately print them. Okay, found some times where water washable resin just nothing for any cubic. Um, let's see. I have a chart somewhere buried on my computer. It's probably old and out of date by now, but I'll see what I could do. But like I said, join up on the Discord, and then people there can help you out, and that's where I'll post the numbers. Psy Titan is the best or classic Warhound. Oh, this is not this isn't like 40k Titans because they have their own thing. This is OPR Titans. So like Big Monkey or the Dragon Titan or the Tactical Titan or uh, the Dwarves Land Train or the Excavator. I was looking at the stats for it. I was like, I might make it Excavator. I'm thinking right now it's either going to be the Excavator or the Mammoth that I make. The Mammoth for the Jackals, unless they come out with the Cunning and Brutal Titan before that. And then, of course, I got to make that. Oh, yeah, it's also the fantasy ones. Yeah, just like with all their events, it's going to be fantasy as well. Like the what was it? What was his name? One of the guys who's helped run the tournament. I think his name was James or Jim. God, I'm sorry if you're out there. I'm bad with names, but he brought the Bear Titan for the Vinci, and everyone was like, "Oh my God!" Because it's that thing is massive. That thing is massive. Okay, we're done with that color. Next color. Oh yeah, next color is the blue. Where's that? Cloudburst blue. Because the whole army, I needed to pick a color for it. I picked this one because it kind of is like kind of looks like old wore out blue or less than good dyed blue. What's the angel one for that faction? Um, I don't know. I don't know if they have a Titan. Need to paint the samurai Titan. Yes, paint all the things. Well, yeah. Welcome to the stream where we talk about big stuff. Oh, I gotta reset myself over here. But yeah, everyone was very impressed by the Bear Titan because I don't think anyone had like actually printed it out, and then seeing the thing in person was just like, whoa. It's hello, hello, Kelvin. I'll post the army in the Discord soon. Still remember with a blue to purple color shifts base with 7 force. Awesome, awesome, and because I don't know why. After talking with everybody online and after Nexus did the tournament report, I was thinking I started making tournament lists, like what I would take. I haven't really dove into it yet, but I have an Eternal Dynasty tournament force that I made that ended up pretty cool. Like the army is very different from it was in my head to start with. For starters, it's got 2 of their tanks. I think I might print that out and run a video of it just because I don't think I've seen any of their tanks on any video battle reports. Could be wrong. Well, that is true. Water washable resin is more likely to do funky stuff. I they're not my first choice for a tank, like the way they look, but like in my mind, they've reached that level of goofy that I'm gonna print them. Yeah, that's true. After seeing the they're a water based race concept art. That is true. They're they're space Venice. I mean, after we had the duchies, of course. Yeah, so I made that list, and then I made a jackals list, and then I made a elf list, a high elf list, and then I made an orc list, and I was like, who am I kidding? Of course I'm taking orcs. And then I had to stop because I'm like, I don't know, there might be changes before it happens. Well, I knew it wouldn't work because I had goblins and orcs in the same army, and I'm like, I don't know what the changes are going to be. Let me just stop right now. Bring in a Gator Behemoth. Yeah. Oh, the gorillas and power armor. Yeah. They would probably have to be a Battle Brothers or a Prime Brother. And I would probably put them in as a Blood Brother just because, furious. Gorillas tend to be angry. At least they are in my mind. I've never met a gorilla. Where I'm from, we had a lot of big lizards. Cool. Starjade is a lot like Mindstone. See, I don't know this stuff yet. I need to. I definitely gotta get that book. See, I do have a themed Eternal Dynasty army that I made a list for, and I made it almost exclusively with the Onis because I think when I wrote that list at the same time I was doing the Dow Union, and I was looking at the Dow Union battle suits that were battle suits that shot. In my mind, I took the Onis and converted them over in my mind to battle suits that beat stuff up. So I made an army list entirely of Onis. Would it work? Maybe. You're gonna see that a lot. Like I've gone through and I've started to change a few of the themed lists. Um, Blood Brother Honey Badger though, that's true. a lot of the lists that I've gone back and looked through them, like Rolodex through them to, see what's coming up, see, think what I have to print. I was on a big toughness kick when I wrote all those lists. So I've gone back and I've changed a few of them. Like, I don't know. Alright, we're going to switch over to Satchel Brown. Like the vampiric undead going entirely with bats. Concept was cool, but everything had a tough value. And then the elementals, and then the trolls. So I was definitely on a toughness kick. There's a few things I went opposite though. The Custodian Brothers. I did all. What are they called in that one? The Sisters of Silence. I forgot what they're called in that book. But I called it the waifus. Oh wait. Train or heat? Oh, that sound, that's my furnace. That's my furnace. Because up here, I don't know. Oh, I was so mad this morning. Oh, I got up, took a shower, got dressed, walked out to my truck, and there was an inch of snow on the ground. And I was like, it is the middle of April. What the shit? But Michigan has its mood swings. Sometimes I'm all the way over near Flint, so it's when it's real bad, the lake effect will get here, but it's only the other half of the state that gets it, and thank God. That's another thing. When it snows at work, I'm in charge of doing all the snow removal, and I ain't got the equipment for lake effect snow. Yeah? Yeah, that's why I don't live in the UP. Screw that noise. I saw some pictures of them having the ice storm up there. It was just like, nope. I remember the first day I moved to Michigan. Coming from Florida. I got here. It was April 20th. It was 4:20. I grabbed a cup of coffee, looked out the window, and it was snowing. And I was like, what have I done? Yeah. I've never been up to the UP yet. Everyone says, you should go up there. It's so pretty. I'm like, I'm already much further north than I want to be. It's a bit much for my little delicate southern boy body. Oh, I forgot to do her belt. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. Just bleh. That's right, Kelvin. I'm with you. I'll take 115-degree days with 100% humidity. How many figures? Well, we're just going to do 10 because that's all I have left. And then I'll show off the rest of it. I got a little carried away and I had to stop myself going, I'm not going to have anything for the stream if I keep going. Because I already have the next army printed out. I just ran out of super glue. And when I get super glue, I get them in these big, I get these just big basic super glue things, and you know, I get two of them. I get this one, which is the thick, and this one, which is the thin. This lasts me for about 6 months. And it's not going to focus, but I got like this much left. Definitely not enough. So the next arm, actually, while I'm waiting for that to dry, I can talk a little bit about the next army I'm putting together. I rolled up the Blood Brothers. Funny enough that we're talking about them. How much for the super glue? I get it from Amazon. Just type in super glue, and it's a 2-pack. I get it for $10. And let's see here. I got the Daka Crimson Wings. So here's one of the characters. Do I still have the Brotherhood of Steel miniatures? Yeah, I do still have the Brotherhood of Steel miniatures. Yeah, I haven't. Yeah, that was so long ago. I'm pretty sure a lot of people haven't seen it. I could do another Fallout game. Whoa. It's interesting. Yeah, so here's one of the characters. Here's another one. And you can tell these I'm going to be doing with the massive eviscerator type chainswords here. And then the rest of the parts in there are the honor guard units. And then here's all the legs and torsos and bases. Yeah. And I didn't want to, I have my file set for 10 of these. I didn't want to do 10 50 mils just to use 3, so I just found those in my box. And then here's all the weapons and jetpacks. Ta-da! So, they're waiting to be put together. That should be next week's stream. But interestingly enough, a friend of mine who's in the local area, James, he texted me, I want to say like Monday or Tuesday, and he said that he wanted to do Blood Brothers, and he has some GW models that do Blood Brothers, and he wants to come over and pretty much learn how to play them. So I had already rolled the Blood Brothers last week, and I was like, you know what? Sure. So he's going to build the list. He's going to bring it over. He's going to play the Blood Brothers game for them, and then those Crimson Wings might be something else. I may still make them into Blood Brothers. We'll see. Alright, what is next? What is next? I think it's just metals next. Okay. Do broadsword silver. Just a boop touch in there. And for anyone who asks, it's always use plan OPR. Yes, yes, these are all for OPR. And I always get questions. Why do I put a drop of water in there? Because the speed paints, since I have them open for so long, they get kind of pulley. I don't know how to explain that. It's kind of like when you're painting something, you can almost feel the paintbrush dragging. So one drop of water is usually enough to keep it nice and flowy, like that. For this, yeah, um, yeah, I have a quick. I've tried quick shade of medium, and I've tried the speed paint medium. Water seems to work just fine for it. It does the same thing that that medium will do. The only time it ever, the only time that the medium would be better is if you were trying to water it way down, like if you were trying to use it just as a straight glaze. Because if you just use water, the more that you water it down, it will, like, the color will break. So if you have the medium, it will flow as a really thin wash. Yeah, wetting the brush a little will work as well. Probably be better for your brushes too. I just abuse the hell out of these. Because I just operate with like a $10 pack of brushes from whatever craft store I happen to be at the time. The dry brush king. Yeah, all brushes eventually turn into dry brushes. Like I have about 50 brushes on my desk, and I think there's like seven that I have in a rotation right now. The rest just kind of sit there until I get rid of them because I have a drawer in the desk over there that has about 200 brushes in it that I just have sitting in there just because I'm too lazy to throw them out. Going, one day I might use them. For what? No idea. Well, I do know I used a bunch of them once for flight stands. All my old brushes, I just started cutting them up and using them, just using the sticks. Exactly. Yeah, I used them for flight stands. That was going to be for a video that never got made. I was trying to learn how to do green screen stuff and just never got around to it. Absolutely. Oh, can't forget the boob armor. Yeah, I think I need a. I was just sitting here getting things ready for the stream tonight, and I was thinking I need to make a paint rack to put on that wall in front of me. Mostly because all of my craft paint is starting to encroach over there. These are the Sisters of Sigmis. They are from Monstrous Encounters, I think. Don't quote me on that, but it's monstrous something. And they are based on the Sisters of Sigmar Mordheim team, and I'm going to be using them for Kingdom of Angels Nuns. Because that is the theme for this week's video. It's going to be the Kingdom of Angels. Did I miss any of those? No, okay. You know, I was just thinking about it. I have not done like a whole day or a whole like paint an army in one sitting video in a while. The last one I did that for was the Eternal Dynasty. Yeah, the Eternal Dynasty Beastarium stuff. I might do that with those Crimson Wings. Just have to make sure I got enough red. Nothing worse than sitting down, doing a whole thing, and realizing you don't have the paint halfway through. Buzzy buzz. Call it cheap paint. No, I'm aligned, but I start dry brushing to do them zenithal highlights without the airbrush. Yeah, that's why. See, whenever I do that, that's my dry brush. But yeah, just random brushes I have lit sitting over there. These are pretty much all spent. There might be one or two good ones in there. Oh, like that one, still got the cover. It's still a good one. Oh, I've disturbed the pile. All right, time for hair colors. I did mostly browns on those, so let's just do black hair on these. Just gotta find it. Where is it? There it is. Stole your pile. Contrary to popular belief, sir, there's more than one pile. Oh, yeah, we can use the same brush. Why not? Piles are like socks. I mean, you always lose the left one. Now, this looks like it's coming out gray, but when I hit that with the oil wash, it'll darken up. I hope. That or I just got a lot of elderly novice nuns. Yeah, I was watching a video today. Oh, I'll say I was watching Northern Exile today, and he was talking about. He did a video on painting. They do sound badass. They sound scary. Gray-haired nuns are scary. I didn't grow up Catholic. I grew up Orthodox, and man, them gray-haired nuns were crazy. But yeah, I was talking about painting today and about how everyone always has like the imposter syndrome when you paint. I don't know. I think I'm wired different. You know, only with yardsticks. Oh no, we got all kinds of stuff. And like I said, I'm wired different. Like at Adepticon, it's the first time I've actually like taken the time to go look at the Golden Demon entries, and something dumb happened. I looked at those, everything that was in the cabinet. My first thought was, I could do that. So I think for next year I might enter the Golden Demon. Obviously not with something I just do on one of my streams. It'll be something I put a little bit more time into. But I am fairly confident I could at least get a pin. Because I don't know if you guys seen some of my early stuff, some of my early videos, especially the orcs, where I have a lot of the junk boys with the rust effects and things. Oh no, I was thinking I could be in this case at least. And then you know what my next thought was? It shows how jaded I am. My next thought was, oh man, I gotta buy a GW model for this. Yeah, I'm so jaded on the company. Okay, let's zoom out. Hey, first shot. There we go. Hopefully, not much headache. All right, so there are the 10 sisters, the novice nuns, and like usual, they're gonna get an oil wash. And then for the bases, like I've already done a Kingdom of Angels army, and for those bases, it was just this stuff, just flock green or battlefield green grass. So I think I'm just going to do those for the bases. So while those sit there, let me show you the other stuff. So here's the rest of them. Yep, shoulder pads are done. It's just metal. Ta-da. So here's the rest of them. The other 20. Ooh. And then what we got now? Oh, I got the penitents next. God, these are so loud. Definitely can't sneak something. Yeah, here we go. These are a mix of Highlands miniatures. Praise the bone. And I have some old school Perry miniatures stuff that I found the files for. So the funny thing about this is, like, here's the old fantasy scale, and this is what it's moved up to. So these are, I mean, oh, they kind of look the same height on camera. Oh, yeah, the exposed pot belly. That's why I was like, I gotta get it. Perfect. So I got 2 units of 10 of those. And then next is, oh, the paladins. These are also Highlands miniatures. These are like some of his, oh, what's that smell coming out of there? Oof. But these are also some of Highlands miniatures. These are like some of his first stuff. I think these are called the Lady and Her Guards. Something like that. But there's the paladins, and then the squad leaders. We got this one. Like I said, the oil wash will make these just pop. And then there's this one. Ta-da. Ooh, don't drop it. And then the next box, the last box of the army. These are the actual, like, we just painted the novice sisters. These are the actual sisters. So these got a little bit more armor, and they're carrying heavier weapons. There. See, that's the only downside I ran into, at least in my mind, is that he only has like 6 sculpts for the different styles. So there's a lot of repeated in here. Oh, and here's the I think it's the matriarch. So once they're all washed up, all the metal will pop. So yeah. Oh, and I think this is called the Aguary or something like that in the Sisters Warband for more time. But she's going to be a squad leader here. Yeah, food container like these. I think I got 8 of these for $4, and they're working well enough for this that I might switch over to a food container based system for army storage. Because, oh man, I got so much crap, so much stuff. And now, these take their place in the box with the rest of them. And they're ready for the next step. What else do I got random around here I can show you? It's the end of the stream. I like showing off random stuff. This is the hull of a Blessed Sisters tank. I printed this out just because I wanted to, like, get the size and feel for it. Oh, 1 unit per... No, there's 3 units per each of those boxes. So, here's the size. Next to this guy. Ta-da. So I will eventually print out the rest of the parts in resin to make it look pretty. And then my sisters have a tank. And yeah, other than that, it's just been the Crimson Wings. Right now my printer is off because I've run out of resin. Tomorrow's payday where I order a whole lot more. I actually skipped my last order of resin because I went to Adepticon. So that whole army plus all of this, 2 liters of resin. Or 2,000 grams of resin. 2 kilos of resin. So there you go. Whenever someone tells you that resin's too expensive, even if some reason the cost goes up on everything, I use Sunlu ABS and I get it for like $35 for 2,000 grams of it. So each of these armies cost me in resin about $17. That one probably more than this one, because that one had more plates than this one. I use Sunlu ABS, and I haven't really cleaned all these up, but you can still see there's the support pock marks on the bottom. Their auto supports were pretty good on these. Give me a head. There's a head. Like their heads are pretty cool. They look almost like the Primaris helmets. Yeah, even the printing doubles in price. It's still ridiculously cheap. Like here's the Honor Guard backpacks with real wings, not like the stuff they did now. I can't wait for my next comparison video of GW. Just the GW. I don't know, the spark is gone. Their imagination is run out, it feels like. Well, some of the stuff they've come out in the last 6 months feels almost phoned in. But I don't care. See, and that's the thing too. A lot of the, like, I'll make comments on videos about stuff. Like, I think the last comment, it was on Northern Exile video, and when he was talking about how 10th edition is dead or something, how it's almost over, and they're going to move to 11th. And I was like, well, and then he started talking about the codex churn and all that. I was like, remember when they did 8th edition, and they threw out all your codexes, but they said, that's fine, this is the last rule set, it's just going to build from here. And then 9th edition, and they threw out all the codexes and said, okay, we had to change it. And then 10th edition, and they said, sorry, we had to change it again. And yeah, but there's always somebody who will come in and be like, I think 10th edition's in a real good place right now. I think the game's the best it's ever been. There's always that one person. Now, I don't know. I don't like to rag on GW. I kind of do like to rag on GW, but I just don't care. Like, they've reached near total apathy with me. Like, at Adepticon, everyone was running to go see the GW preview, and I was like, no, I'm gonna go get dinner. I don't even care. Bleh. So, either way, Well, guys, it's been an hour. We got the unit done. Everything is set up for the next step. So I think I'm going to call it a night here. And then tomorrow will be oil wash day. So I hope you guys keep your paintbrushes wet. I hope you're having fun out there painting stuff. And I hope you're having fun playing OPR wherever you are. Talk to you later. Bye bye.